What is up, YouTube? This is Agent Joe with a comparison between the DualShock 4 back button attachment versus a custom AIM PS4 controller. Which is the better option for you? What are the pros and cons of each? And are any of these a viable option for an average player? In addition, will it be worth investing in any of these this late in the generation? Let's get into it and find out. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. This is a custom PS4 controller from aimcontrollers.com. This is the package and how it will look when it arrives to you. There are different size sticks to pick from. They're standard, medium, and high. I chose the standard. PlayStation logo. They do both PlayStation and Xbox One custom controllers. These smart triggers, in my opinion, are the star of the show, and I will talk about more in detail a little bit later on in the video, but they are fantastic. In the back of the box, it shows that you can choose from 80 different design templates for the color front shell. You can also add an aim grip, which I did not add. You can go with remappable paddles or permanent setup paddles. I went with the remappable. And you can configure the light bar, which I also did not do. I absolutely love the way this thing looks. I chose the blue digital camo front shell template. And the controller just feels completely good in the hands. Feels really well built, professional quality. Shout out to Aim Controllers. This controller is just beautiful design. I also chose the bullet casings for the buttons and a silver D-pad that has like a different texture of sorts that's different from the standard controller to match the bullet casings. The back of the controller has the 4 remappable buttons. You can basically remap any button except the share and options button, and the touchpad I believe is not also remappable, but everything else is completely remappable. All D-pads, triggers, face buttons. These smart triggers are definitely the star of the show. It's basically from 0 to 100 with less than 2 millimeters, like that has how they advertise in their site. So it is just super, like just like a mouse click. It's just even faster. It's so responsive. It really gives you the edge, and in those 50-50 gunfights in Call of Duty, you really feel like it's a difference. I mean, it's just the quick trigger pull just is huge. The aim sticks also, as you can see, they're slightly, I believe they're 2 millimeters higher than the standard controller, so it gives you a little bit more range of motion. And the controller just feels so good in the hands. I mean, it's just amazing what they did with this controller. I'm really happy with it. Now let's take a look at the back button attachment for the DualShock 4. This is made by Sony. This is basically 2 programmable back buttons. It does have an OLED screen that will display the current button assignment and the selected profile. You can have up to 3 profiles on this back button attachment. It also has a stereo headset jack that connects your wire controller, and basically you just plug it in through the headset jack, and that's it. This is your add-on. This retails for $29.99. As you can see on a standard controller, it sticks out a little bit from the bottom. It's a very light attachment. It's not really in the way. And I will say that regardless of if you go with the back button attachment or a more higher end custom controller, it will take some time to get used to the back paddles. You're just not used to. My muscle memory wasn't used. I was still taking my thumb off the stick to reload and slide and stuff like that. But by day 2, I was full swing into it, and yeah, once you get a feel for any of these 2 options, it's kind of hard to go back. Now let's get into some gameplay with both the back button attachment and the custom aim controller. Which is a better option? I definitely have to go with the aim controller here. Just having that additional back paddle, the smart triggers, the elevated thumbsticks. It just feels like a pro controller. It just feels so different to a standard controller. What are the pros and cons of each? I would say definitely one of the pros on the custom aim controller is those smart triggers. They're phenomenal. Having four remappable back paddles instead of two makes a difference. And the elevated sticks, they have a more, it feels like a different range of motion. I also put a control freak on it for those that do that, and I ended up liking it. It felt even better. I bought the Modern Warfare control sticks for it, and they feel great. The one of the cons to the aim controller is that the digital trigger is basically for only first-person shooters. Uh, Basically, being that it's a digital button, there is no analog input, so it's 0 to 100. So it's like full throttle on a racing game. So this is where the actual back button attachment comes in and shines, because since that controller doesn't have smart triggers, you basically just you're adding two additional back buttons to the controller, and you can basically map any button you like, whether you're shifting or drifting or even reloading and sliding. So I think that's where it basically where the back button shines. And the price, I mean, it's $29.99. It's really low barrier to entry there to give it a shot. And I think but both of them, they both have their strengths and weaknesses. But if you definitely have disposable income, I think the AIM controller is the way to go. Are these a viable option for an average player? I am not a pro player by any means. I am an above, maybe average to above average player on Call of Duty. I definitely hold my own, and just having these back paddles and uh, just made me a better player. It's giving me more options to do stuff with the controller that I've never been able to do, and just having your thumb on the sticks at all times. It's a great advantage, and the smart triggers, like I said earlier. Uh, Basically, you're winning these 50-50 gunfights more often. So if you're looking to take your game to the next level, I definitely recommend a custom controller. So is it worth investing this late in the generation? That depends. Depends how much gaming you do. If you just want to get a feel for what it's like for these custom controllers, maybe for the next gen, and you can get a good deal on it, I definitely recommend it. So let me know in the comment section if you have any more questions that didn't address, and we'll definitely address them if we can. I hope you enjoyed the content, and also if you have any questions about the back button attachment, I'll go ahead and address it in the comment section as well. But that's basically it. This is the PS4 custom aim controller from aimcontrollers.com. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe or leave us a like if you enjoy this content, and hit that bell notification icon so you never miss an upload. Until next time, take care.